If you enjoy the content on this channel, please like and subscribe. Normal People is a romantic psychological drama television miniseries produced by Element Pictures for BBC Three and Hulu in association with Screen Ireland. It is based on the 2018 novel by Sally Rooney. The series follows the relationship between Marianne Sheridan, played by Daisy Edgar-Jones, and Connell Waldron, played by Paul Mescal, as they navigate adulthood from their final days in secondary school to their undergraduate years at Trinity College. The series was primarily written by Rooney and Alice Birch and directed by Lenny Abrahamson and Hettie, Macdonald. The series was released on BBC Three in the United Kingdom on the 26th of April 2020, followed by weekly airings on BBC One. It premiered on RTE 1 in Ireland on the 28th of April 2020. In the United States, the series was released in its entirety on Hulu on the 29th of April 2020. The series has received critical acclaim, with praise for its performances, directing, writing and aesthetics, and its portrayal of a mature content. At the 72nd Primetime Emmy Awards, the series was nominated for 4 awards, including Outstanding Leading Actor for Mescal and Outstanding Directing for Abrahamson. The series follows Marianne Sheridan and Connell Waldron through their time at secondary school in County Sligo on Ireland's Atlantic coast, and later as undergraduate students at Trinity College in Dublin. The focus is mainly on Connell and Marianne's complex relationship. Among her peers at secondary school, Marianne is regarded as an oddball, but she denies caring about her social standing. Despite her academic achievements, her home life is complicated by her dismissive mother, Denise, and her resentful brother, Alan. Her father is deceased and is later revealed to have been domestically abusive, though their family avoids mentioning him. Connell is an athletic, high-achieving student living with his single mother, Lorraine, who is employed by Denise as a house cleaner. He is popular in school, though he remains silent while Marianne is constantly bullied. This creates complexity and points of contention as their relationship develops. In addition to that, both characters struggle to articulate their feelings and misread each other's intentions. Some interesting trivia notes. Principal photography began on location in County Sligo and Dublin in May of 2019. Students from Trinity College Dublin were featured in the series while filming at the university. Scenes at Marianne's Dublin flat were shot at Wellington Road in the affluent area of Ballsbridge. Although set in Trieste in the novel, filming took place in central Italy, primarily in Lazio. Filming had to wait until February 2020 to film the Sweden scene in Luleå, so snow would be on the ground and the Baltic Sea frozen over for Marianne to walk on. Normal People reportedly gave BBC Three its best ever week on iPlayer, receiving over 16.2 million program requests across the 12 episodes, about 5 million of which were from 16 to 34-year-olds, and bringing BBC Three requests up to 21.8 million, doubling the previous record of 10.8 million from the release of the first series of Killing Eve. It became the most streamed series of the year on BBC, with 62.7 million views from April to November of 2020. In Ireland, the series was watched by 371,000 viewers, with an additional 19,000 watching it later, as well as up to 301 streams, becoming the most watched opening of a drama series on RTE Player, RTE's streaming service. 30% of the audience was between the ages of 15 to 34, and the finale had over 319,000 viewers, or 33% of the total of RTE's audience, and 20% increase over the previous week. After filming Wrapped, Paul Mescal gave his character's signature chain necklace as a gift to Daisy Edgar-Jones. The show features several scenes of full frontal nudity from Paul Mescal, and he said he wouldn't have done the show without it because it was essential to the role. He told The Sun, "I wouldn't like to have done the show without nudity in it because the book is so visceral and raw, and when I read the book the characters are clearly naked in my head." When the list of students receiving scholarships is read out, one of the names is David Sexton, likely a nod to the book reviewer by the same name who wrote a piece about the novel entitled "Why Sally Rooney's Love Story Deserves to Win the Man Booker Prize." Although she plays Paul Mescal's mother in the show, Sarah Green is less than 12 years older than him in real life. Originally, the show was produced as 12 29-minute episodes, but then was later re-edited as 8 42-minute episodes. Daisy Edgar-Jones was one of the last actors to be cast. After a series of solo auditions, she secured the gig after a chemistry read with Paul Mescal, who was already cast as the other lead. This is also the first time that Daisy Edgar-Jones has ever appeared nude in a movie or a show. When the show premiered online, Daisy Edgar-Jones said she binge-watched the whole thing in 6 hours with her boyfriend and flatmates, so all of her friends saw her fully nude and having sex on screen. Because of the demands of the role, which required full frontal nudity and sex scenes, Daisy Edgar-Jones said she had extensive conversations with her mother before signing on to the project, ultimately deciding she was comfortable with the nudity because it was incidental. Co-director Lenny Abrahamson said he was very hesitant about hiring an intimacy coordinator because he didn't want them to come in between him and the cast. He said, "You've got a very clear vision in your head, and my fear was that the intimacy coordinator would come in and would all flow away from me, and by the end they'd be swinging from the chandeliers." Daisy Edgar-Jones and Paul Mescal rehearsed their sex scenes for 2 weeks before filming while wearing sweatpants. They worked with the director to choreograph any lovemaking, mapping out the shapes of their bodies so that the cameras could catch all the correct angles. They didn't see each other fully nude until the day of filming. Each wore modesty garments over their genitalia during filming and kept a triangle-shaped pillow between them. Like his character, Connell Waldron, Paul Mescal attended Trinity College Dublin as well. Daisy Edgar-Jones told the New York Times that filming the period when Marianne is very depressed and looking to violent sex for comfort left her feeling really strange for a few days. "It's hard not to take that stuff on," she would say. As she was very new to acting at the time, Edgar-Jones said that she was incredibly nervous, especially because she had to perform nude for the first time, describing it as like a duck in water, calm above the surface, but paddling like crazy below it. Now the words "absolutely magnificent" only begins to describe the captivating and emotive television series that Normal People is. This is a poignant and powerful show that weaves a complex tale of love, relationships, and identity, set against the backdrop of Ireland's lush landscapes. The true standout, however, is the exceptional acting from both the lead performers, Daisy Edgar-Jones and Paul Mescal. Their portrayal of Marianne and Connell's tumultuous relationship is raw, honest, and utterly mesmerizing, and their chemistry is just undeniable. It's actually hard to believe that these two weren't real lovers in real life, as they dive deeply into their roles with such intensity and sensuality. Every glance and gesture and whispered word is imbued with depth and nuance, making their characters feel achingly real. The show's thoughtful pacing and clever writing allow the actors to shine, exploring themes of consent, power dynamics, with unflinching sensitivity. The result is a viewing experience that is both deeply uncomfortable and utterly compelling. Normal People is a triumph of storytelling, boasting outstanding performances, clever direction, and a narrative that will linger long after the credits roll. With its fantastic story, magnificent performances from Edgar-Jones and Paul Mescal, Normal People is a powerful, emotive, and groundbreaking piece of storytelling. Normal People gets a 9.5 out of 10.